On this week's Pillow Talk, let's talk about buyers' deal breakers. What should and shouldn't be a deal breaker. Okay, buyers, so you finally find the house you love, but there's something on your wish list missing. What is your do's and don'ts and your deal breakers? And what should be your deal breaker? So first and foremost, it's really important to acknowledge no house is perfect. It doesn't matter the age. It could be brand new. There may be something that would come up in a home inspection on a brand new property that you may not really realize. With that said, some of the biggest deal breakers really should be something like price point. If it's above your price point, realistically, there's no point of living house poor. Second would be location. If this location does not work for you and your lifestyle, I wouldn't recommend getting the house. I feel as though it's great to get into the market, don't get me wrong. Oh, and that's another point. It depends what you're getting into the market for. If you intend to be the end user, aka you'll be living there, I think location is definitely a factor that should be a deal breaker. If it's an investment property, listen, I also think that's potential to be a deal breaker. You really do want to invest where there's a reason. Renters need to be there. I don't recommend just investing anywhere. But with that said, I do think location potentially is a deal breaker. Things that are not deal breakers. The kitchen needs upgrading. Mind you, if the house is at the right price point, I think that you should consider the kitchen. You don't love the cabinets. That's something we can change. It's carpeted and you don't want a house that's carpeted. Definitely there's a workaround to that. Layout. Layout's one of those things that, sure, you can change the layout, but will it cost you financially big bucks to do so? Potentially. So I do think layout is one of the things that it could possibly be a deal breaker. But even with these do's or don'ts, it really is subjective to you. And what I recommend is really sitting down with your trusted realtor and discussing firsthand what are your do's and don'ts and what is something that you won't be able to live with in a home. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, any questions, always reach out, always like, comment, and share.